They're big. They're huge. What's the preparation for that battle?
Yeah, super talented team in Atlanta. Lots of new faces there. Brittany and Bree Jones. So it'll be a fun challenge, just finding ways to disrupt their rhythm and not allow them to get catches where they want. So the best post defense is everything you do before the catch. So we'll work as hard as we can to try to deter some catches, and then when they do catch, find different ways to make them feel uncomfortable.
Speaking of post defense, what are you expecting from Louisa tomorrow? Is she going to get significant?
Yeah, just again, this was her first official practice with us, so still finding ways for her to get comfortable, and we'll see how the game plays itself out.
How do you balance that with an international player? If she's coming in late, she's going to have to leave for Eurobasket. I mean, as a coach, that's hard to strategize for her.
Yeah, totally. Just trying to get her up to speed as quickly as possible. She's a quick learner, very high IQ, so just investing in her and sitting down and chalk talking, and then again just trying to find. It's really hard in this league to practice with the amount of games we play and the travel and all that, but trying to find practice windows so that she can actually live it and feel it. But we're excited that she's a part of this.
How are you adjusting to the demands on your time for media?
That's a good. Yeah. Number one, I appreciate all of you. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys for covering us. So, it's the least I can do, just to continue to sell our brand and let y'all know about the amazing women that we have on our roster.
Talk about like their guards, like Ryan, and of course their rookies.
Yeah, I think you lose. Everyone's like BG and Bree Jones, then you forget that they've got all-star guards as well. So they've got problems all over the place. Ryan's a bucket. Alicia Gray can really score it. And then, Pau Pau's a rookie starting at the point guard for them. Their guard group presents all sorts of issues too. So you got to pick and choose your places to find disruption. They've got lots of good players. This league is tough, top to bottom. It doesn't get easier.
Can you also talk about Maddie's recent performances?
Yeah, Maddie's been fantastic. She's always ready to go whenever her number's called, and she just makes the most of her opportunity. We talk a lot about just dominating all the transitions and the small things within our control, and she embodies that just with her energy and effort. And then now, mixing in ways, putting her in with different lineups, trying to get her some looks you saw in that other game. So, everyone's just getting more and more comfortable. But Maddie is a spark and will continue to be.
You've preached on the early season that it's more about you than what other players are doing or other teams are doing. What do you think is the biggest area that you guys have shown growth through these first 3 games?
Yeah.
And what's the next area you want to see your team grow?
Yeah, I think defensively, I've loved our growth from game to game. Just our attention to detail and our level of compete consistently for 40 minutes. So I thought this last game against Minnesota, you really saw a team that was connected and gave all sorts of effort, and that was willing to scramble and not give up when things weren't exactly how they were supposed to be. And then I think our next step is just challenging us offensively to really get up the floor and establish early spacing. I think we can get up the floor quicker, and the more we'll do that, the more our offense will flow. So I think right now we're just a little stagnant on offense because we're not establishing initial space. So we need better speed offensively.
On the last game against Minnesota, on the last play in the fourth quarter, where we could have put us up by 2, the play that was called out of bounds was that designed? The way that it happened, was it designed that way to get down to the post? It was just like a fumbled out of bounds, but that play would have got us within 2 points, I believe. I just wanted to this question: was that the way the play was designed?
Oh, for Nalissa?
Yeah.
I mean, we were trying to get her a quick little punch in there. She'd been playing with such great energy that way.
And you did. We did.
It was there. But we'll clean up some of our executions. So. But encouraged again by our teams. Just effort and willingness to stick together. Again, preaching, keeping this thing. Our focus is on our process and establishing our positive process and focusing on all the small things that will eventually lead to winning.
That was a good game. They ran. The energy was there, both halves. And it was good to see. Like you said, they paid more attention to detail.
Yeah, totally. Building on it every game.
How do you feel you're finding your voice as a coach in game now that you've got, technically, I guess 5 under your belt? Are you
Yeah.
starting to figure out how you want to work the refs, work your players, different things like
Yeah,
that?
still learning too, and feeling out, different moments. I like that game too because that was the first game we've had with some special situations, right? Down the stretch there, when to use timeouts, when to let them go, resets. So a lot of good strategies for us to now be able to reflect on and talk about as a team so we can continue to just get smarter out there and ultimately be on the same page to where, they're an extension of us as a coaching staff. But yeah, just continuing to figure it out day in and day out and leaning on my staff a lot too.
Do you feel like your expectations or the expectations of you in terms of being vocal are different than what you're used to in your past?